What up? What up? Cosplayzano says first here. Hey Frank, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling great, bro. I'm feeling great. Thank you so much for asking and being here, Cosplayzano. I appreciate it. Wicked Milk says once 5 minutes. Remember for the start of the stream, I'm gonna blast the final countdown. The final countdown by what was that band again? Europe, right? Europe. Critic Chris says, hey everyone, what's up? Critic Chris, how you doing? Glad to see you here as well. Wicked Milk says, "What's good, Chris?" Critic Chris says, "Nothing much. How about you?" I'm just chilling here on this live stream on this Sunday, man. Just chilling here with you guys. Wicked Milk says, "Trying to manage." Hee. Yeah, bros. Hey, anyone who hasn't smashed a thumbs up, please smash it. Yeah, guys. Anyone who has not smashed a thumbs up, please smash it. Thank you for joining me here for Horror Sundays. Today's our first Horror Sundays of 2026. You believe that? It's episode 51 today. Yeah, my bad. I didn't have time to shave this morning. But yeah, it's episode 51 today. It's the first Horror Sundays of 2026. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Also on Wednesday is gonna be the first horror talk Wednesdays of 2026. So that should be interesting. And yo, Wicked Milk, thank you so much for sending me the Halloween theme, the Halloween Ends theme. I got it in my DMs. I saved it. I already edited it into the movie, into the end credits, and I also need to shoot the beginning of the movie, so the opening credits, so I could add it to that as well. But thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try my best to send you something when I get to make my shirts and stuff. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much, Wicked Milk. And yeah, man, how's everyone doing today? How's everyone spending their Sunday? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat, how's everyone spending their Sunday today? What y'all do this weekend? What did everyone do for New Year's? What did everyone do? How'd you spend it? Let me know, guys. Let me know while I start looking for some movie news right here. Let's see what's going down right here. Let's see what's going on 3 days ago. Cool. I think I'll read this one. Yeah, from Bloody Disgusting. We'll read that one. But yeah, man, hell yeah. So yeah, guys, please let me know how y'all spent your weekend and your New Year's and all that good stuff. Wicked Milks has been stepping a lot. Haha. Yo, what did you think of the Stranger Things finale, Frank? Oh, I mean, honestly, like I didn't really care, bro. They could do whatever they want with Stranger Things, you know. The only reason why I watched Stranger Things was just because of the '80s nostalgia. That's about it. Like I didn't really care too much about the story wise. It was just entertaining to watch for me, you know. But honestly, I didn't care. Honestly, I don't care. It's just a show, you know. I don't care that Will is. I don't care that Will bats for the same team. I don't care about that. Didn't they already reveal that anyway in like an earlier, like 3 or 4, like 3 seasons ago or 2 seasons ago? So like I didn't really see why it was a big deal anymore. But other than that, the show's cool. Other than that, I didn't mind. I just didn't like Venka's cool. I always like Venka since season 4 when he first was introduced. I just didn't like that spider thing. I didn't like that spider thing where Venka was in his lair. It was just kind of weird. It was off to me. I didn't like that they were able to defeat this giant like spider the size of like the Empire State Building, you know, with just like sticks and stones basically, and Nancy with just one machine gun or an Uzi or whatever she had. That's the only bone I have to pick. Other than that, it was cool ending 11. I guess it made sense in a way, you know, like the hero always usually sacrifices themselves at the end. So I understood that, you know, but yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. Um, TCCK Gaming says, hello, what's up, TCCK Gaming? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's our first Horror Sundays of 2026, bro. Thank you for being here. Please smash the thumbs up, TCC. Anyone who hasn't smashed the thumbs up, please get us up to 15, please. Please get us up to 15 so more people could join us here. TCCK Gaming says, going to Universal in the new Tarantino play for my birthday. That's awesome. That's awesome, TCCK Gaming. I'm planning on getting a Universal pass this year. Hey, TCC, you heard that? I'm planning on getting a Universal pass this year. Sometime, hopefully, though, like and around the springtime, though, when it starts getting more sunny, because right now it's raining, bro. Right now it's gonna be raining for a while. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get my pass around the springtime when all those deals come up and stuff like that. Cosplayzano says, "How you doing, Frank? I'm doing good, bro. Thank you for asking, Cosplay. Thank you so much. How you doing?" How you doing? Caleb says Dracula, I Love Tale is good. I have not seen it yet. I've not seen Dracula, I Love. I've only seen the trailer, so don't spoil it. Don't spoil it though. Don't spoil it. TCK Gaming says, I like your shirt. Thank you so much. It's my band T-shirt. It's my band T-shirt, Urethra. If you guys haven't heard of my band yet, we're called Urethra. We're from LA. Although we have a new bass player, this isn't the bass player no more. We also have a new album coming, hopefully later on this year, by the end of the year. So yeah, follow us on Instagram and Spotify at Urethra Band. Also on YouTube, Castellano says, I think they had Will come out because his friends and fam didn't know, despite the audience knowing. I didn't mind it because it wakes certain people up, and I can relate. I mean, honestly, I didn't care. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant, though. It seemed like such a small plot point to me because they already hinted at it in earlier seasons or whatever, you know? So to me, like, it was like, okay, I already know this, you know? But I guess, yeah, I guess it makes sense what you're saying. The audience, it was for the characters. I mean, the audience knew, right? Like the audience knew, but it was like the characters didn't know. In universe, the characters weren't aware, you know. So yeah, I guess you had to have some scene addressing that, you know. I don't care though. I don't care, bro. I mean, I never minded Will. I kind of have his haircut. Look, I kind of got his haircut. I always thought he had a pretty cool haircut, Will. But I kind of have his haircut. Look, except he's a white guy though. I'm a Latino guy. But yeah. So to me, it was cool. I liked the ending. It was cool. Although Venka was defeated pretty easily, I thought they would have like taken more of a. I guess it wasn't so easily because they were still fighting the giant spider thing outside that Venka was residing in, that his physical body was in. But yeah, it was just crazy how Joyce also chops his head off. That was pretty cool. I can't wait to see the behind the scenes of that Venka dummy they must have made to get the head chopped off. That was cool. Eating some candy right here. Look at that. But yeah, I really want to see the behind the scenes of that Venka dummy. They had to have made a dummy for her to chop the head off, you know? Because I seen on Instagram that they made dummies of the little kids. They made dummies of Holly and all her little friends, and they stuck them on the wall. You know how Venka has them with that tube coming out of their mouth, which was really weird also. But yeah, they made dummies of the kids. I'm pretty sure they made a dummy of Venka that they had to use for Winona Ryder to do the head chopping scene. I really want to see that. But yeah. Diego says, hola desde Alicante. What's up, Diego? How you doing? How you doing, Diego? Hello from Los Angeles, California. Hola desde Los Angeles, Diego. Thank you for joining us, Diego. Like and subscribe to the channel if you're a horror movie fan. And join us in the comment. Si eres un fanático de películas de terror, Diego, gusta y suscríbete aquí en el canal. Sorry, guys, I don't speak Spanish a lot. Well, I do, but I'm not, like, I mainly speak English. So my Spanish may sound kind of funny, you know, because right here someone is speaking to me in Spanish, you know, so I don't think they speak Spanish. So I had to address them somehow. Wicked Milk says, yeah, also, in my opinion, the Mind Flayer for season 2 was way more menacing. Yeah, that was pretty sick too as well. That was pretty sick too. I like, let me see, my favorite seasons of Stranger Things is probably the first season, yeah, because I used to watch that when I used to get drunk. That's crazy, bro. I stopped getting drunk like 10 years ago. Stranger Things pretty much marked that because the first season came out in like 2016 or 2015 or 2016. I forgot, around right there. And I used to drink alcohol back then. But yeah, first season. Let me see. The third season's all right. Fourth season and the fifth season, those are my favorite ones. So, what is it? The first, third, fourth, and fifth. Those are my favorite seasons. Those are my favorite seasons. TCCK Gaming says, I'm taking advantage of the weather because I get to wear things normally can't wear because it's too hot. Yeah, that is true. I get you, TCC. I get you, bro. Yeah, so in LA, usually here, it's always like, what is it? Sunny pretty much, except during like the winter and a little bit of the early spring. And then during late spring, it just starts getting hot, you know? But yeah, totally. I get what you mean, bro, because it's usually hot here in Southern California throughout the rest of the year after the winter time. So you can't really wear your sweaters or hoodies that you really want to rock, you know? Like me, I only wear my leather jackets at nighttime. Like, I love leather. I like wearing leather jackets. And I only wear them at nighttime though when I go out to the nightclubs to dance and stuff like that, you know. But like during the day, I don't wear that, you know. During like look at me right now, I'm wearing a freaking mechanic shirt, you know, just all grunge. Yeah, so during the day I don't wear that because even if it is raining sometimes, like in the morning I was taking a shower after I got out of that shower, I was kind of hot. I was like, bro, it's raining, but it's kind of warm. So yeah, I get you, bro. I get you. I get you. Caleb says, Happy, scary, spooky new year. Happy, scary, spooky new year, Caleb. Thank you so much for being here, Caleb. Hell yeah, man. How was your New Year's, Caleb? Let me know, bro. And please smash the thumbs up, guys. Whoever hasn't smashed the thumbs up, let's get it up to 18. Come on, guys. Let's get it up to 18 so more people can join us here. Cosplay Zano says, I'm doing good myself on a pescatarian journey now and staying consistent with my workout. Gonna start out in the city much more often, hanging out with new people. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Yeah, me too. I'm just waiting for it to stop raining so I can get back out in the streets skateboarding, filming skateboarding videos. I got a new board and everything that I got to put in. That's crazy. Once I get a new board, all suddenly it's raining nonstop, you know? But when I didn't have a skateboard, it was sunny all day through and through. Yeah, but yeah, me too. I can't wait to get back out there being active, bro. Sometimes making movies and making content, it requires you to sit a lot, you know? Well, yeah, you go out and shoot the content as well. You know, if you make movies, you have to go out and shoot the content. But if you just like stream and that, you're just sitting a lot. And I miss being out active in the street, hanging out with friends, skateboarding and stuff like that, you know? Caleb says, Happy Scary New Year. Happy Scary New Year again, Caleb. Happy Scary New Year again, Caleb. Ketty Spaghetti says, stand up and dance. Be entertaining. No, Ketty, I sit down and we talk about movies here. If that's not your thing, then bye-bye, you know? No, Katie, no. Go find some simp somewhere that'll do that for you. User, do you think women in America will get more rights? I mean, everyone already has rights. Pretty much men and women have the same rights. So, I mean, what more rights can they get, you know? So, I mean, pretty much everyone has the same rights pretty much since like the 1960s and before that when women were allowed to vote as well. So I mean, I don't know what other rights there's left. MB 1865. Wait. MB1 865 says, my boy, what's up, MB? What's up? I'm gonna call you MB because your name's too long. What's up, MB? How you doing? How you doing, my boy? How you doing? Please smash the thumbs up right there, MB, and let us know what your favorite scary movie is. Plaizano says Venka should have been harder to defeat. Low-key, yes, I agree with that. Because in season 4 they were pushing him as like this all undefeated, all seeing, omnipresent type of being, right? And then suddenly like they just stab him into a spike and he dies. And then some human lady chops his head off like nothing. And then most of the fight was fought by that spider that Venka was in. 11 and Venka only get like what? Like, I don't know, like a few minutes only fighting, literally. There's only like a few like shots of them actually inside fighting, when I think there's more shots of the group outside fighting the giant spider that 11 and Venka are in, you know? So it's just like, it was crazy, bro. It was all over the place, the story. Caleb says, I love Tiffany, Cephas, and Devin and Debbie Rokan or Roken. That's awesome. That's awesome, Caleb. Castellano says, hell yeah, gonna hit up the nightclubs and live more this year. Hey, Cosplayzano, bro, you gotta hit up the nightclub, bro. I hang out at this nightclub in Hollywood. I hang out at a nightclub in Hollywood called Bordner's, bro. You gotta meet me in person sometimes, Cosplay. You gotta meet in all my group, bro. We all hang out. We all do things. We all go out and party and stuff like that. We play shows, you know, and all that stuff, man. You gotta start joining us, man. It'll be fun. Trust me. Apple Ricky says, yo, what's up, Apple Ricky? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 51, our first Horror Sundays of 2026. Surya Khan said hi. What's up, Surya Khan? How you doing? Surya Khan? Glad to see you here on the channel on another episode of Horror Sundays. Episode 51. Please smash the thumbs up, Surya Khan. Please get us up to 19. so more people could join us here on the channel, please, so you can get us up to 19. Apple Reiki says, all of my stuff came from my fan film. Tomorrow I go back to school. I need to get some of the drama classmates. That's good. That's good, Apple Reiki. That's good. Start getting your cast together. You see, it starts coming together little by little. It starts coming together little by little. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you produce. Can't wait to see. By when do you think you'll release the film? Like a month, 3 months or so, or something? Let me know. By when do you think you'll release the film, Apple? Caleb says, oh man, that thing is sour. Caleb says, Kings of Horror channel is whack now because they censored certain scenes. Oh, what? Really? What do you mean? Kings of Horror channel is whack now because they censored certain scenes. What kind of scenes did they censor? Hey, Caleb, what kind of scenes did they censor? Let me know. Surya Cat says, hey, I watched Jeepers Creepers, all parts 1 and 2 were good. Yes, 1 and 2 are the best Jeepers Creepers movies. 1 and 2 are the best Jeepers Creepers movies. I love Jeepers Creepers. If I could direct a Jeepers Creepers movie, I would. I don't care. Victor Salva doesn't own the franchise anymore. But yeah, I love Jeepers Creepers. I think that's like but before Terrifier, before Thanksgiving, before all these new killers that are coming out now, Jeepers Creepers, in my opinion, was the last great original horror movie that had came out up to up to what, when did Terrifier come out, like 2016? So Jeepers Creepers was like about a few years old, only like about 14, 15 years old at that time. So yeah, so before Terrifier and Thanksgiving and all that new stuff came out, Hard Eyes, all that stuff, I always felt Jeepers Creepers was the last great original horror movie that came out. That felt like an 80s movie still, you know? It still had that 80s feel, the first one and the second one. They still had that like vintage 80s feel, you know? Because all those movies were still shot on film. Like 20 years ago, film was still pretty much standard. Digital was the more expensive format still at that time. Well, I mean, digital was getting cheaper as well, but film was still pretty expensive though. Yeah, I take that back. Film was still pretty pricey. But yeah. Castellano says, we only have a few weeks until Scream 7 drops. I want to go see it with a group of people. It'd be a vibe. Let's do it. Come on, Cosplay. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's meet up some night, bro. Like, you know, and go see that movie. I really want to go see it. I really want to go see it with my Ghostface costume on. But I think it's kind of unsettling if it's just me alone in the theater. Because I remember going to see Scream, not which one? Scream. Wait, which one was it? Scream, not... wait, hold on. Not Scream 5. Scream 5, not. Scream 6. Yeah, Scream 6. I want to go see Scream 6. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one yet, but I want to go see Scream 6 in theaters. And I want to go see it with my Ghostface costume. And people were just scared of me, bro. I even walked out of the theater during a scene to go, like, you know, the bathroom. And then what is it? Without having a tongue twister. One of the chicks working there, like, stumbled into me at the opening of the door frame. And she just got scared, bro, you know? And then I was just sitting there, dude, bro. And then I went a few times with my costume. I think the third time, I was just alone in the theater right there with the costume watching the movie. So yeah, I want to wear my costume, but I really want to go with a group of people, so it's like doesn't freak people out so much, you know. Apple Ricky says, remember that name, Saberish? Yes, Apple Ricky, yes. Surya Khan says, hey, you should also watch the Baby Blood 1990. Yeah, I heard about that movie. I remember seeing the VHS box in the video store when I was a kid in the 90s. Yeah, I remember that. I remember briefly seeing it a bit, but I never really got into that one. I gotta check it out though now. There's also this cool, I don't know if anyone has seen this movie called New Year's, what is it? It's a movie about a serial killer on New Year's. I don't know if anyone here has seen it. Anyone who's older, around my age, has anyone seen that movie? that takes place in like, well, it takes place mainly in LA, but it bounces back and forth between Chicago and New York. It's an early 80s movie. It's like 81, and it's about this serial killer during well, I think multiple killers actually during New Year's, during New Year's Eve. Let me see. Oh yeah, New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. It's a movie about a slasher on New Year's, but kind of on par with Silent Night, Deadly Night. You know, with the Christmas thing almost. But it's New Year's. That's something no one has really no. That's something no one has remade, along with Baby Blood. Baby Blood and New Year's Evil is something no one has really thought about remaking or messing around with. I would love to do a reboot or remake of New Year's Evil. That'll be awesome. Caleb says Kings of Horror channel on YouTube is now censoring. That sucks. Or are they censoring their like fan films or something? Let me see Kings of Horror YouTube channel. Let me see. Kings of Horror. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. Whoever hasn't smashed it, let's get it up to 20. Okay, I get you now. So they're censoring their fan films, huh? They're censoring their original films. Caleb, they're censoring their original films. Now, we're not going to do that here unless YouTube tells me, hey, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that unless they tell me. They're probably monetized, though. That's why. I'm not monetized, so like I don't really care about that. None of that really affects me, honestly. I'm not monetized. Most likely they're monetized, though. Let me see. Yeah, they're like 1.57 million subscribers, dude. That's way more than me. I'm like a speck of dust, smaller. Like I'm microscopic compared to them, you know. So yeah, it makes sense for them to be doing that because they're definitely monetized and they want that ad revenue, you know. Like unlike me, I'm independent, bro. I'm independent. I don't make money off YouTube. I don't make money off my fan films, especially the fan films that I don't like, the IPs I don't own, like Friday the 13th, Scream, Halloween. That's all just for fun, you know. That's all just me experimenting with filmmaking, and then I bring it to my original movies, you know, like The Clown and stuff like that. That's my original stuff right there. I could make money off that, The Clown, because that's my original killer that I made. I gotta get it copyrighted soon, dude. But I can't be making money off Michael Myers, Jason, Scream, because I don't own that, bro. You're sick at taking a freaking court, you know? Hell no, I'm poor. I can't afford that. But yeah. So it makes sense for the Kings of Horror channel to do that because they're like freaking huge channel, bro. Like 1.57 million subs, you know? So yeah, they're definitely monetized, you know. So you know they told him something already. YouTube. That's why sometimes I don't even care about getting monetized. I used to, like when I first started, I did want to get monetized and do all that stuff like all the other big YouTubers. But then I realized like I don't really care, dude. Like I like money. Money's cool. I want to make money just to keep making art, you know, and live somehow decently. But I don't really care that crazy about getting monetized and stuff because then your channel is like under scrutiny because then you're under YouTube's boot and then you can't really, you know, express yourself and express your art the way you want to do it, you know, like you're gonna have to start censoring gory stuff and stuff like that. But yeah. Castellano says, for real, we need to meet. We've been talking about it for a while. We connected on social media so far. Sure, bro. Just let me know in advance so I can work around my schedule. Yeah, for sure, bro. No problem. No problem, man. No problem. No problem. Scream is still pretty much like 2 months away, basically. It's still early January. Scream 7 doesn't come out until what, the 26th of February? So that's basically 2 months away still, bro. We'll figure something out. Don't trip, cosplay. Just focus on your work right now, bro. We'll figure something out. Once February hits, then once the month of February hits, then that's when we'll be like, all right, bro, what's up? We gonna do this or what? You know? We'll figure it out. Cosplay. Apple Ricky says, when I start filming it and it's only 3 pages. Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know if I could make a 3-page film. I'm a very detailed and expressive filmmaker, you know? So like a filmmaker. Did I just call myself a filmmaker? I'm a freaking amateur, dude. Not even an amateur at best. Just like I guess I just do this for fun or something. But like yeah, bro, I would need a longer script and a bigger story, you know, because like it's crazy because like if I only have a 3 page script, my mind is gonna start wandering. Well, where else could we go, you know? So yeah, but that's crazy, Apple Ricky. That you're talented for that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that at all. I need a longer script. Like I said, I'm very expressive filmmaker. I like getting a lot of shots, a lot of inserts and stuff like that. You know. Second channel said hi. What's up, second channel of the Gremlin? How you doing? How you doing, second channel of the Gremlin? If you're new here to the channel, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. My name is Frank. Today is Horror Sundays, episode 51, our first Horror Sundays of 2026. Please like and subscribe to the channel, second channel. That sounds ironic, doesn't it? Pretty meta. Smash a thumbs up. Yeah, second channel. Get us up to 21. Please, second channel. Get us up to 21 so more people could join us here on the live stream. And let us know what your favorite scary movie is, second channel. Caleb says, I'm part of the industrial goth metal party scene. That's cool, bro. That's cool. That's cool. I kind of am too. Well, I don't really consider myself like let me see. I don't really consider myself a part of like the industrial or I go to the events and stuff. But I'm more of an '80s guy though. I'm more of an '80s guy. I mostly like going to '80s nights. But I'm into punk rock and gothic and all that type of music, you know, as well. But I don't really consider myself a part of the scene because there's like some people I don't really get along with, you know. It's just weird. You think that a scene like goth and punk rock based on supposed social rejects, everyone would somehow have unity and get along. But there's so much drama in the goth and punk rock scene. It's like it's worse than normie people. Like normie people are more calm than goth and punk people because like there's so much drama, dude. So much people competing with each other about the looks, the clothes, and yeah, I didn't get along with some people in that scene, you know. So it's just I stay independent. I like all that music. I like all that stuff, goth, punk rock, and all that shit. But I just stay independent to myself, you know. Like I don't really need to be part of like a scene, you know, like some kind of like hive mind mentality stuff. But that's cool, bro. I'm part of you, Caleb. I'm part of you. Hell yeah, goth, punk rock, industrial. It's fun. Apple Ricky, why'd you take off your message? I was just getting to your message. I hate it when people do that. When I see the message there, I'm about to read it and bam, gone. But yeah, Caleb, enjoy it, bro. It's fun. It's fun music. It's cool, you know. OG Wicked Milk says, yo, me too. I'll watch it at the mall theater with some friends from a cosplay group. We're all going as Ghostface. Ah, cool, bro. That's cool. I wish I'm like the only cosplayer in my friend group, bro. Well, my homie Brian, my friend Brian, the singer for the band Fezzik, the bald guy who plays Dr. Loomis in my Halloween fan films, he's kind of a cosplayer himself too. But I'm like the actual main cosplayer in my group. So I'm probably gonna be like the only one dressed as Ghostface. But I would love it if all of us went as a group of Ghostface. That would be cool, bro. That would be cool. Yeah. Like I told you, cosplay. People were freaked out by me when I went to go see Scream 6 with the Ghostface costume and stuff. Yeah, like I told you, I bumped into one of the worker girls at the theater. Like I was coming out of the door for and going to the bathroom, like boom, and then she's like, she like dropped her walkie-talkie thing or whatever, those things they use to talk to each other. I was like, whoa, sorry, you know, and people were just looking at me and stuff. It was crazy. It was funny. Cosplay Zano says, you know what kind of Halloween mask I want is Hellraiser, but I haven't seen an authentic Hellraiser mask. Nah, that's hard to come by. That is very hard. I think Trick or Treat Studios had one a few years back, if I'm not mistaken. I think Trick or Treat Studios had one, yeah, but it's not what you would think because the in the movie, my bad. In the movie Hellraiser, it's not a mask, it's makeup. So Clive Barker's face got freaking what is it called? Wait, not Clive Barker. Doug Bradley. Doug Bradley. I said Clive Barker. That was the director. Doug Bradley, the actor for Pinhead. He got his face like powdered white, and then obviously he's bald, so they just added the little prosthetics of the pins, you know. So to get a good accurate pinhead costume, you would need either to shave your head or get a bald cap, powder your face white, your neck, hands, everything, and then get like a prosthetics, like a you know what prosthetics are, like little rubber pieces of like the pins on the skin, and glue them to your head and then make up that up as well. That's the best way to do that, because a mask is just gonna have the molded expression that you know that the mask was made from, the mold. So a mold is just gonna be like all the time. You know, you want to be able to like talk and make the expressions like Pinhead. You know. TCCK Gaming says, now I want to go with y'all. Yeah, bro, I'm trying to get a group together to go see Scream 7, bro, but I want to go as a group of ghost faces. Come on, Cosplay Zano, let's go, bro. I got a group of homies that are down to go see it as well. TCK Gaming says, you should post about it. Most likely, I'll probably go live. Yes, I will probably go live on the channel. Yeah, I'm scheduling that now. Well, yeah. I'll probably schedule the actual video later on tonight though, or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm scheduling that now, right now though. Yeah, I'm gonna live stream when I go see Scream 7. I'm gonna be live streaming before I go in to see the film, and then I'm gonna go live again after. We'll probably hopefully go get something to eat after as well. Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for telling me about that, TCC. Yeah, definitely gonna go live I'm gonna go live on my way to go see the movie. And then I'll go live, okay, maybe I'll go live or I'll post a reel after I come out of the movie. We'll see what's up. Dominic St. Clair said, hey, what's up, Dominic? How you doing, Dominic? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays, episode 51. Today's our first Horror Sundays of 2026. Dominic, you ready to finish Halloween Ends? Dominic, you ready to finish Halloween Ends soon? It's going to start getting sunny again soon. We got 5 scenes left. We're almost done, dude. Dominic, so count this as a Halloween Ends movie update. So yeah, we only got 5 scenes left. Dominic St. Clair, we only have 5 scenes left. We only have 5 scenes left for Halloween Ends. We should be done within the next month or so. We just have 5 scenes left. Dominic St. Clair, are you ready to finish this, bro? Cosplay says, I'll dress up as Ghosties with you, bro. It'll be epic. Yeah, bro, please, let's try to go. Let's try to go, freaking Cosplay Zano, man. Come on. Come on. Caleb says, I look forward to the Vampire Lestat series this year. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, huh? The Vampire Lestat. Yeah, I was watching freaking Interview with the Vampire a few weeks ago. I love that movie. I love that movie. That movie, like, I've always wanted to make a vampire movie. And that movie reignited that vision for me. Yeah, I really do want to make a vampire movie. And I kind of like the concept. Like, I'm not a big fan of the new show come up. Well, I'm not a fan right now. Maybe if I watch it, I'll probably eventually grow on me, you know? I'm usually that kind of guy, like I said last time. When things are popular, I really tend to not like them. But once they're not as popular no more, they tend to grow on me, you know. But yeah, I'll give the show a try, the Vampire Lestat. But I like what they're doing with the show. And aren't they making him like a rock star? Because he was a musician. Lestat was like a piano player and stuff. So like in the show, the Vampire Lestat takes place in like modern times, like 2024, 2025, 23, whatever. That's all modern times still, you know. So, and they're making him like some kind of rock star, and Lestat did look like a rock star. The Tom Cruise one. That fool Lestat had a massive rock star look to him. So I understand where they're going right there, making him a rock star. And to me, that's kind of cool, like a vampire rock star, you know? And something is cooking up in my brain that has to do with vampires and rock stars, you know? Something is cooking up in my brain that eventually I'm gonna start writing soon. It has to do with vampires and rock stars. You know, so yeah. I'll probably give the show a try just to get inspired by some stuff. But yeah, I've been wanting to make a vampire movie for a while myself, yeah. I could picture like a group of vampires, you know, with like their leather jackets and stuff. Like and like since the whole goth and punk rock leather jacket gothic look is big right now, I would definitely give them that look, you know. It'll be a group of misfits, you know. Like we'll have a vampire chick. She'll have like a long leather trench coat. She'll be pale. Maybe like a I kind of picture like Mavis. You know, I'm not gonna give too much away, but yeah, I picture some vampire stuff in my head, like some cool vampire stuff, gothic looking vampires, all black, powdered skin, They don't have to be pale white, Caucasian people. They could just have powdered skin, some of them. Surya Khan says, hey, also watch classic movie, An American Werewolf in London, 1981. Oh, wow, that transformation from a human to werewolf inspired MJ to do Thriller. Yes, yes. I remember seeing those movies as well growing up. I used to watch all that stuff with my dad. My dad and my uncle would rent a bunch of VHSs back in the day. Like those guys, like back in the day, it was harder to get into the film industry. But I'm pretty sure my uncle and my father, if they could have, they would have. Like they were film enthusiasts, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, my dad, my uncle, they rented all those movies. Yeah, I remember that scene. I think it's when he's in that room, right? I'm not sure. Well, what part was it? Part one, right? The first one. When I think he was hooking up with a chick or something, or after he hooks up with the chick. Oh, I think it's when he's hooking up with a girl, no? And then he starts turning into the wolf. Yeah, dude, you're never gonna see special effects like that again, dude. All that would have been CGI now. You're never gonna. Well, maybe you could if directors like me start popping up that start bringing back old school prosthetics and animatronics like that. Which some people do, but I heard that it's really expensive to do all that stuff now, animatronics and all that stuff. It was the standard back then, so I guess it was cheaper in a way. But yeah, and you're right. Yeah, it did inspire MJ to do Thriller because they kind of transform into like werewolves, huh? Well, he does. Or doesn't the girl also transform into a werewolf as well? I don't remember. I gotta watch the music video. Also, the Michael Jackson movie. I really want to watch that Michael Jackson movie because I really want to see how they recreate Thriller. I really want to see how they recreate Thriller in the Michael Jackson movie. A Thriller is basically like Michael Jackson's like little short horror film. If you think about it, it's like his little musical short horror film. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I really want to see how, because you could see a quick shot of Jafar, what's his name? Jafar Jackson is Michael's nephew. As Michael in the Thriller music video recreation. I really want to see how they do that, bro. I really want to see how they bring all that 80s look, In the music video, you got all these 80s looking street brick walls, tin trash cans, like a steam coming out of the freaking sewers, like fire hydrant, fire escapes. That's all super 80s, tagging on the wall, so I really want to see how they recreate that. Apple says, I got this story. Y'all are definitely going to laugh. This time it ain't shit story. Go for it. My bad, I had a burp. Go for it, Apple Ricky. What is your story? What is your story, Apple Ricky? What is your story? Let us know. Dominic St. Clair says, New Year's Evil. Yes. I was just talking about that, Dominic. Well, obviously, you've seen it, right? New Year's Evil is a sick-ass movie, bro. It's pretty punk rock because it takes place in the early 80s, and that's when punk rock was really starting to take over. Like punk rock was a thing in the 70s and stuff, but it was kind of starting to get a little more mainstream traction into the early 80s already. It's a pretty punk rock movie. A lot of the actors are all like, the characters are like, all like have punk rock style clothing, mohawks, leather jackets. There's like greasers and stuff. New Year's Evil. Dominic St. Clair, I was saying earlier, that's one movie no one really has messed with, That I gotta fix my hair, guys. That's one movie no one really has remade or rebooted or thought of to do anything with, I would love to do a remake or a reboot of that movie. New Year's Evil, that would be awesome. Second Channel says, I'm currently making FPE characters and I just cut out the pieces of Miss Bloomy, Chip, Miss Emily, and my OC, Miss Circuit. Already made Miss Grace, Miss Stavo, Miss Sasha, and Mr. Demi. That's awesome, bro. That sounds like a lot of hard work. Second Channel. I also made Oliver, Zip, and Edward. That's cool, bro. Hell yeah. Do you post it on your channel? Do you post all that on your channel? Do you post that so I could see it? Cosplayzano says, like and subscribe. Yes, please, like and subscribe to the channel if you're a horror fan. Apple Rick says, my mom took me and my brother to Home Depot. We were in the toilet section. I saw a toilet. I put my pants up and I sat on it. My mom turned around and saw it. My brother was laughing and she cried. Oh, wow. So you took a dump in the toilet? That's crazy. I saw that in whoever, what is it? Cosplay Zano, Dominic St. Clair. You guys are like, you guys are like older like me, you know? I don't know if you guys have watched Jackass. Jackass with Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, Steve-O, and all them. They do that. They do something like that. Well, I think it's Rab himself, or not Chris Pontius. I think it's that guy Rab himself. And he goes to the hardware store and he takes a dump in the brand new toilets that they have on display. Oh man, is that what you did, Apple Ricky? Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Caleb says Kings of Horror gives free movies that are horror mainstream and B rated. Kings of Horror gives free movies that are horror mainstream and B rated. That's awesome. But they're censoring them now. Dominic says, so Frank, instead of making the film, let's make the original film. I'll send you the script. Okay, I get you. Dominic. I get you. All right. Dominic, okay, so Frank, instead of making the fan film, let's make an original horror film. I'll send you the script. All right, I'm in. You want me to direct that? Let's do it. I thought you wanted to make the Friday the 13th Part 3 fan film, but that's all good. Whatever you want to make, bro, I'll help you out. Whatever you want to make, man. Apple Ricky says, yeah, send me the script. Apple Ricky says, she grabbed me and want to know what I said. I got to go cha-cha. I just had my pants down. I didn't shit. My brother was laughing, encouraging. If we had TikTok, I'd be a star on it. Damn, that's crazy, Apple Ricky. You're a wild child. Surya says, hey, did watch Maniac Cop. Yes, I seen that movie. Yes. That's about some like weirdo cop killer guy in like a cop costume killing people. Apple Ricky says, Frank, what would you do if your future son sat on a toilet at Home Depot store, displayed toilets, and started shitting in one? I'd probably laugh. I would probably laugh. I definitely laugh, bro. I definitely laugh. You know why? Because I'd be like, I probably would have done something like that too. Second channel says, by the way, you can call me Goofy Goober. I also don't really have a favorite horror movie, but I am obsessed with FP Murder Drones, Twisted Metal, and The Last of Us. Hey, I remember Twisted Metal and The Last of Us, yes. I remember my brother used to play the game. That's cool, man. Don't really matter, second channel. If you don't have a favorite movie, that's a favorite horror movie, that's cool. We talk about all movies here anyways, doesn't even matter. If you like Marvel, DC, superheroes, we also talk about that stuff too, man. Spider-Man, like my favorite superheroes are like what? Batman. I don't consider Joker a superhero, but he's like a hero to me, you know? Joker, Spider-Man, Punisher, you know? Daredevil, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, you know? Star Wars, if you like Star Wars, we talk about that too, you know? Caleb says, Kings of Horror used to be uncensored. Well, that's what I mean, bro. That's what I was telling you earlier. They got like 5 point something million subscribers. They're monetized. They're gonna get censored if they want to keep making money. They're gonna get censored. They're gonna have to censor some stuff. Let me see. Casidano says, I'm a cosplayer now, so place me in your group. Awesome. Hey, Cosplayzano, we should make a group chat on Instagram for cosplayers. We should make a group chat on Instagram for cosplayers. Dominic Sinclair says, I'm ready to finish the Halloween fan film. Yeah, we're almost done, bro. We only got 5 scenes left. And I think only like, let's see. And I think only like 2 or 3 of them have you in it, or you're almost done shooting. Dominic St. Clair. You're only in the beginning. Well, we already shot the ending and all that stuff, so we have that. So I just need you in the beginning. And when you guys go buy the beer, and that's it, actually, you're almost done. So you just need like 2 scenes. Dominic St. Clair, you only need 2 scenes. Like, we have 5 scenes left to shoot, but you only have 2 scenes. After that, after we get your 2 scenes, it's only going to be 3 scenes left. So we're almost done, bro. We are almost done with Halloween Ends. Everything Everything Place channel. Hey man, what's up, everything? I'm gonna call you everything. What's up, everything? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 51. Our first Horror Sundays of what is it? 2026. I was gonna say 2025. But yeah, bro, how you doing? How you doing? Let us know how you spent your New Year's and Christmas and all that stuff. TCK Gaming says, I got a script my friend wrote about vampires and rock stars. Oh, what is it, bro? What is it? What is it? Because I have something cooking up in my head similar. TCK Gaming says, planning on filming it for his school project. Oh, okay, so you're keeping that, huh? You're keeping that. That's cool, bro. That's cool. That's cool. I got my own story I'm cooking up, but that sounds cool though. That sounds cool, man. Yeah. Caleb says, I hope you do create a vampire movie. Good luck, homeboy. Hell yeah, I am, bro. I am. I've been looking up how to upload your films to like streaming services. It's not that hard. Although Amazon isn't accepting new accounts anymore, though, which sucks. Because I thought I was definitely going to have it with Amazon. But there's also like Film Hub and Indie Film or whatever it's called. So yeah, you could just submit your film there and it'll upload it to different streaming services. So yeah, hell yeah, I can't. Yeah, the first film I'm going to shoot, though, I think what I'm going to do this year, I'm going to finish my Halloween Ends fan film. As you see, you guys see that set light back there? You see that set light? I'm starting to buy things because I'm gonna be making The Clown 2. I'm gonna be making The Clown 2. Hopefully we could shoot it this year. But I'm gonna be making The Clown 2, but I'm gonna be shooting it higher quality. I'm gonna be shooting it with a professional camera, with a Netflix approved camera. I'm gonna be shooting it with that. Yeah, it has to be really high quality, The Clown 2, because I'm gonna try my best to get it onto streaming services and all that stuff. I'm gonna try my best to get it on all that stuff, and get a good promotional campaign and all that stuff running for it, So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That Richard Ramirez fan film I want to make, I'm probably gonna have to wait on it a bit, but who knows? Let's see how things go, how fast I'm able to get my equipment, and how fast I'm able to secure some locations and secure some actors, because I need a girl for the main lead in The Clown 2, because the first movie had a guy. The first movie, my first clown movie, the one here on YouTube, my really, really low budget one that I shot on a phone, the lead character was a guy. And for the second movie, I want the lead character to be a girl this time. But The Clown 2 is going to be really, really gory, disgusting, foul, satanic. It's just going to be really, really, I'm going to be trying to be worse than Terrifier, bro. I'm going to try my best to be worse than Terrifier. I'm going to try my best to be worse than Terrifier. We're going to be using throw up, poop, bodily fluids, pee, everything, anything disgusting, unpleasant and all that stuff, Hey, I can't wait to start shooting. Yeah, but like I said, though, that's going to be my first actual movie I'm going to try to get shot professionally, is The Clown 2. The vampire movie and my other movie that I'm thinking about making, I'm still gonna take probably a few years to make that vampire movie for sure. But yeah. TCK Gaming says, I'm a film student. That's awesome, TCK Gaming. That's awesome, bro. How'd you get in film school? I never got to go to film school. I just learned on the street. Because I started off just filming short films with my dad in the 90s. We used to film. I used to buy all the Jurassic Park toys and try to make my own Jurassic Park films with my father's camcorder in the 90s. And then once I became a teenager, I got into skateboarding, and that's when I also started using more professional cameras with the professional filmers that we used to film with when I was growing up. And that's where I started learning how to get angles and stuff like that. The main way I started learning how to get angles is obviously watching a lot of movies, but also skateboarding. Because when you go skateboarding, you have to, get really low or get really high, So you're basically learning, how to be a videographer, cinematographer, whatever, whatever you want to call it, So yeah, I learned a lot on my own, or watching my dad, because my dad knew how to use the camera better when I was still learning, I watched Steven Spielberg and all those movies in the 90s where they would have those segments of the making of, I would watch how they would, maneuver the cameras. James Cameron, and when he was filming Titanic or Terminator, or he'd be using the camera as well, you know. So yeah, Quentin Tarantino, all that stuff, George Lucas, you know, they would all maneuver the camera back then. That's what I was saying last time. There's less directors that maneuver the camera now. Now I just see a lot of directors on the little canopy with their headphones on, just watching the freaking monitor like that, and then that, you know. But back then you would see a lot of directors actually there, like filming the actual film with the camera, you know. So yeah, that's how I learned how to film. TCCK gaming was just watching a ton of media, going skateboarding with friends, learning how to get angles, um, and then you know just practicing pretty much. You know, I never got to go to film school. I was on a film set a few weeks ago. I was working on an Austin Manley production. I can't talk about what the film is because I'll get in trouble. I don't want to get sued by them. But yeah, I was on a professional film set. Um, in this really rich area, very very beautiful area. You know, I was there chilling, and I was talking to one of the actresses before the shoot start. We were just setting up right there, fixing stuff up, you know. And I was talking to one of the actresses. She was an older woman, like in her 60s. And then she told me, "Oh, did you go to film school?" I was like, "Nah," blah blah blah. And I showed her some of my work and all that stuff. And she's like, "You don't need to go to film school anymore." I was like, "Yeah, I just learned on my own, just watching movies, just watching a ton of movies, learning how to, or being out skateboarding, you know, learning how to get angles, you know." And she's like, "You don't need to go to film school no more. You just got to get a good camera and find work, you know." That's all she said. But yeah, bro, yeah, I never got to go to film school. Damn, what's up with all these deleted messages? Well, hey, what's up with all these deleted messages? 2026? 2026. Everything says I have a John Carver Halloween 4 kills ends in Ghostface cosplay. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I got all those cosplays as well. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro. We all got them. Hell yeah. Glad to hear. I got them as well too. I got my John Carter masks over there, and I got my whole Halloween. That's my whole Michael Myers section right there. You see that? I got most of the Tots masks. I'm just missing probably I'm only missing the Rob Zombie, the 92 mask. I'm missing the hobo mask. I'm missing the boogeyman mask. I'm missing the Halloween 4 Tots poster mask. I'm missing the Rob Zombie pumpkin mask. I'm missing the Halloween 78 clown mask from Michael's a Child. Uh, Let me see what else. What else? But other than that, I got most of the Tots masks. I got most of the Tots masks. Yeah. But yeah. OG Wicked Milk says, "Hell yeah, that'd be dope." Well, what would be dope, Wicked Milk? Could you backtrack, Wicked Milk? I kind of lost my train of thought on all that talking I was doing about film school. Wicked Milk, what were we talking about? Remind me, please, bro. Apple Ricky says the Michael Jackson movie is definitely gonna be like 3 hours. Hell yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. When is it gonna come out though? I hope it's not delayed again because I heard it was delayed or something again. Uh, Caleb says Hollywood Horror Film Club. Hope you do create a vampire movie. Good luck. Hell yeah, bro. I really hope so. I really hope I do. I know I will. I know I will. Look how many fan films I've made already, bro. We've been on fire with fan films for like the last. I started shooting my first fan film, The Boogeyman, a Halloween fan film, in 2022. 23, 24, 25, 26. Bro, we're coming up on 4 years already. My first Halloween fan film is about to be 4 years old, bro. We've been on fire with fan films here on the channel for 4 freaking years already. And we're gonna continue going, bro. We're working on the Halloween ends right now. We only got 5 scenes left. That's gonna get uploaded soon. Then I hopefully want to make, like I said, hopefully another fan film I want to make is maybe my Terminator fan film. I kind of want to make a fan film, a Terminator style fan film. Well, not Terminator style. I want to make a Terminator fan film in the style of the first movie. Really grainy, really low budget, really gory, really slasherish. You know, I really want to make a Terminator fan film, and I really want to make my Richard Ramirez fan film as well. But I think I might have to focus on the Clown 2 first, because I like Scary. I like Scary's coming out with Willie 2. He's coming out with Willie 2 soon as well. And I was watching his video when he was talking about it, and he said that he shot Willie 2 on a more professional camera. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not shooting this film, The Clown 2 on an iPhone. I gotta get myself my Black Magic camera, and I gotta shoot it professionally so I could start uploading my films to actual streaming services, you know, because they require really high quality images, bro, on the streaming services. It has to look really, really high quality, really, really high budget, you know. Everything says I actually met David from American Werewolf in London. And funny enough, his real name is David. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Either life imitates art or art imitates life. That's cool though. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure he was a cool guy. I'm pretty sure. Apple, he's a great actor. Apple Rick is. I'm excited for all y'all to see the ending of my fan film. Hell yeah. You better leave our jaws dropping. We better have our jaws dropping at the end, that Ricky. Surya Cat says, hey, did you watch August Underground? It's freaking gore stock. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, Surya Cat. I have not seen it. I gotta watch it though, now that you told me. Thank you so much for letting me know. Everybody says, hey guys, anybody have Instagram? Yes, I got Instagram. If you want to follow me on IG, my IG link is down in the description of this live stream. So just go to the description of my live stream down here, and you'll see my IG link right there. That's where you can find me. Second channel says I haven't posted yet, but I will. That's awesome. I'll check out your content. Second channel says also, do I have permission to talk about some things I know about FPE? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about whatever you want. Abad KH says, what's your go-to fragrance? Axe body spray. I use Axe body spray. I don't really like using bougie, expensive clones. That's not my style. I just use Axe body spray and deodorant. I don't care what girls say. I don't care what people say. I don't care. I don't like using overly priced, expensive freaking fragrances, you know, bougie ass stuff. That's not my style. I use just Axe body spray and some deodorant. If you like it, oh well. If not, oh well as well. Surya Khan says, do you believe the movie Entity was inspired based on true events? It could be, bro. It could be, because I myself have seen my share of creepy paranormal stuff, you know? And that's what entities are. It's paranormal stuff. Cosplayzano says, bet let's make a group chat for cosplayers. Frank, be right back. Let's do it, bro. Make it. And just invite people on it. Surya Khan says, do you know the movie The Wizard of Oz accidentally captured a live accident man fall on top of the set during the shooting of the movie? And you can see the scene captured during the movie. Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. That's old, though. That's some old news, but it is true. It is true. I've seen the video. It's on YouTube. And I think it's when they're walking down the yellow brick road, or they're walking by the forest. Oh, no. It's when they're walking, I think they're walking on the yellow brick road, right? And then there's like a shot of them like next to the forest. And I think he falls from like one of those like trees or something, those prop trees. Yes, I've seen the video before. Wicked Milk says real directors operate the camera. They do, bro. I always say that. Bro. Even Guillermo del Toro. I was watching an interview with that fool like a month ago or so, around when the new Frankenstein dropped, you know. And I was watching an interview with that fool. And that fool was all talking about how he used to film his own short films on an 8mm or whatever, you know, back in the day. And I was like, you see, directors do start out operating the camera. They do start out operating the camera. A lot of directors do start out operating the camera. There's even this movie that came out probably like 2021, 2022. And I think it's kind of like a biopic on Steven Spielberg. Like when he was a kid, and it shows like this character that I guess is based on him using a movie camera when he's a kid getting into film, you know? So the directors, a lot of old school directors did start out operating the cameras, you know? They did. I don't know what's happened in the last few years. Yeah, they've always had some assistance as well, you know? But a lot of directors back then, especially from what I saw, like a lot of the making of documentaries, like the making of Terminator 2, the making of Jurassic Park, the making of Titanic, the making of Lord of the Rings, the making of Star Wars, you would see the directors operating the camera. Peter Jackson, George Lucas, who else was? Tim Burton, Quentin Tarantino. Who else? Who else? Who else? Even nowadays, also like Fede Alvarez, he operates the camera too. Robert Rodriguez. You know, like I don't know what's been going on in like the last 20, 15 years, where like a lot of like there's a lot of camera operators now. Gigi Stranger Things says, "What's up? How you doing, Gigi Stranger Things? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. My name is Frank. This is Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today is Horror Sundays, episode 51, our first Horror Sundays of 2026. Please like and subscribe if you're new here to the channel, Gigi Stranger Things. Smash the thumbs up right there. Get us up to 22, please. Please, please, so we can get more people watching us. OG Wicked Milk says, cosplay. Apareki says, I'm wearing my Alex DeLarge costume. This looks perfect. I'm definitely looking like this when I shoot the film. That's awesome, Apareki. That's awesome. You better be in character and everything, yo. And everything. What is it called? What is it? Why do I keep having tongue twisters today, man? Even during cuts, even during the cuts, when you're setting up the next shot, stay in character still. Stay in character still. Tell everyone to refer to you as Alex and everything, you know? So when you shoot the actual scene, it's not even a no-brainer for you, you know? You automatically are the freaking character, you know? That's why a lot of people method act. Because it makes acting like the characters more simple, you know? Because because after you get the take and you snap back to yourself, you snap back to reality, you kind of lose the mojo a bit, you know? So I understand why a lot of people method act. Because you get to keep that same energy going still, you know, instead of you just shoot the clip and then you go back to your regular self. Hey, yeah, so what's up, Joe? How's your family? And then some people have a hard time getting back into that mindset of the character, you know. Try your best to method act, Apple Ricky. Stay in character even during the breaks. Second channel says, so there's been rumors that the FPE fandom about Miss Grace being Alice's mother, but it can be canon because you look at Grace's designs. There's 3 scars on her forehead. I'm gonna look up what you're talking about so I can just get a good idea. FPE, what is it? FPE. FPE characters. Okay, I've seen this before. I know what you're talking about. These are the FPE characters. Yeah, I've seen this before. I didn't know they were called FPE characters, though. I didn't know they were called. That's cool, bro. That's cool. Awesome. So which one is Grace? Let me see. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I get you now. I get you. Oh, I found what you're talking about. So they're saying they're related or something, right? Because they have the same design, like you said. So this is FPE's guy. I didn't know what this was. I had seen the little artwork flying around. You know, I think my little sister knows about this. I think that's where I saw this from. Was from my little sister on her tablet. I saw something similar to this. That's cool, though, bro. That's cool. I gotta read more about it. Get into it. Cosplays. Oh, hold on, my bad. Cosplays Auto says I use mainly Old Spice and sometimes Rexona. Yeah, I use Axe, bro. I've always used Axe since I was a kid, since I was a teenager. Axe skateboarders. I always grew up as a skateboarder, so we always used Axe. Axe is always heavily marketed to skateboarders and action sports. You know, so I've always used Axe. I don't care what people say. I'm not some fancy bougie freaking like dude that wears like Michael Kors and stuff like that for me to be needing some fragrance, you know, some expensive freaking perfume, you know. Perfumes for girls, bro. I just use body spray. Axe deodorant. No. Dominic St. Clair says, I definitely want to write a original slasher like you did with the clown. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you gotta do it, bro. It's easy, man. It's easy. It's easy, bro. Trust me, Dominic St. Clair. It's easy, bro. Just make up something, bro. Just make up something that's yours. You could be inspired by your favorite horror movies. Just give it your own twist. You could be inspired by your favorite horror movies, like my clown movie. It's obviously inspired by Halloween, Friday the 13th, all the classic horror movies, including Terrifier, Hard Eyes, Thanksgiving. All that inspired the clown. All of that, all that. Me watching all those movies. Freaking, I came up with the clown. I molded the clown, bam, and everything. I can't wait to make NECA figures of the clown. Imagine how cool he's gonna look with his orange jumpsuit, bloody as hell, bloody hands. Yeah, do it, Dominic St. Clair. It's easy, bro. It's easy. You can make something up like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He could even have a chainsaw, but don't make it his main weapon. Just make him use different weapons and stuff. Make it be some deformed hillbilly, like in a hatchet or stuff like that. Just take inspiration, but give it your own twist. Dominic St. Clair, we should sit down sometime. You should come down to LA sometime and we'll go eat something in Hollywood and we'll brainstorm ideas. When are you free, bro? Dominic. Dominic St. Clair, when are you free, bro? When are you free? Let me know, bro. You should come down sometime. Here down at LA. We'll go hang out on Hollywood Boulevard. We'll walk around, do some sightseeing. We'll hit a restaurant and we'll brainstorm ideas, fool. We'll brainstorm ideas. I'll help you out if you want to make your original slasher killer. It'll be your killer, like you'll own it, I could just give you some ideas. Second channel says, and near the end of the FPE vid, Claire becomes human when she ran into Alice's room, which causes Alice to scratch and hurt her down. Oh, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I gotta read more about this Alice. Second channel says, if you look at the scratch mark on Claire Miss Grace's scar, they look really similar. So does that mean they're related? Thank you so much for the hearts right there, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Second channel says, and Miss Grace has a note stuck in her right horn, which has the same symbol of Alice's symbol. Grace's left horn is broken, which shows she was in a fight, most likely with Alice. Surya, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Second channel. Like I said, I gotta read more about these characters now. Surya Khan says, many times Keanu Reeves uttered F word in the movie Knock Knock. Nah, but I'm pretty sure he did it a lot, right? Didn't he say it a lot of times? Surya Khan, didn't he say it a lot of times? Sven Santesen says, do you have Evil Dead 2 to 3 stuff? Nah, I don't, bro. I don't. I seen all the Evil Dead movies, but I haven't had the time to buy Evil Dead stuff, bro. I gotta get the Chainsaw Hand eventually. But I mainly have a lot of Michael Myers and Ghostface stuff right now, Yeah, I don't have a lot of Evil Dead stuff right now. My bad. My bad, Sven. My bad, Svensson. Sven, yeah, my bad, Sven. My bad to disappoint you, bro. If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe, though. My name is Frank. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today is Horror Sundays, episode 51. Our first Horror Sundays of 2026. Let me see. Jaylene Benetis says, hi. What's up, Jaylene? How you doing? How you doing, Jaylene Benetis? Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here on the live. Glad to see you're doing okay. Please take care, Jaylene. Please take care. Thank you for being here. Surya Khan says, did you watch The Funnel? Let me see. The Funnel or The Final? The Funnel, I think you're talking about this movie. Yeah, I've seen a little bit about this movie. I think it was on Pluto TV a few months ago. I've seen a little bit. Yeah, it's like a group of these, like, I think they're like home invaders or something. And like they got this chick, they kill this, they start killing these people around the house, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then they have the chick kidnapped and she manages to escape. I think that's it, right? I think that's it, Surya Khan. So you can, is that it, or am I wrong? I think I have seen that movie. It was on Pluto like a few months back. Second channel says Miss Grace might have made a deal with Alice to stop her from destroying the school, which led to Alice having her own room. That's cool. That's crazy too. Surya Khan says Final Destination Bloodline. Sorry for the typos in the earlier. Oh yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's the final. You're talking about the movie The Final. Yeah, it's like Home Invaders with masks. Yes, I've seen Final Destination Bloodlines. Let me sneeze, guys. Now, when I talk a lot, I sneeze a lot. Yeah, but yeah, sir, you can. I got to see Final Destination Bloodlines for free. What is it? Bloody Disgusting invited me to a free screening, an early screening back earlier this year. Like, I don't know, maybe like around May or June or something. Yeah, I think May. Yeah, it was in May. It was in May. What is it? Bloodydisgusting.com sent me an email telling me that that I was invited to a free screening of what is it called? Final Destination Bloodlines. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was my first early screening. It was cool. I hope I get to go to more. Thank you so much, Bloody Disgusting. I hope I get to go to more early screenings. But yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I got to see that movie for free. Apple Ricky says, I always stay in character. Awesome. Glad to hear, Apple. Glad to hear. Second channel says, Miss Thobel and Miss Sasha was probably in a past relationship since Zip is Miss Thabel's daughter and Chip is Miss Sasha's son, and Zip, Chip are related. That's cool. That's cool. Like I said, I gotta look more up. I gotta look more up of those characters. FPE, I think you said they're called. Second channel says, "Oh my fucking god, I wasn't expecting to show FPE images." Yeah, that's why I was like, I gotta get into it more. I gotta get into it more now since you're new here, you know, so we could know what you're talking about. Twisted Emo says, "Yo, what up, Twisted Emo? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays, episode 51, our first Horror Sundays of 2026. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Twisted Emo, get us up to 27, please, Twisted. Wicked Milk says mainly Old Spice. Not gonna lie, yeah, Old Spice is good too. I like Old Spice. Wicked Milk says I love Axe. I love Axe Musk though. Yeah, I love Axe. Wait, Axe Musk. What's Axe Musk? Is that one of Elon Musk's kids or what? As Axe Musk, or is that a fragrance from Axe? Apple Ricky says I can't wait to have you watch it. That's awesome, Apple. Can't wait to see it. Hey, be quiet. Dominic St. Clair's, I'm free whenever. Hey, if you're free, maybe sometime this week, let me know then, bro. Well, just message me on Instagram, bro. Just message me on Instagram. What day is the best day for you, you know? Because I got brand practice this week. I go live on the channel on Wednesdays. So yeah, just let me know what's the best day. Just message me on Instagram. Dominic, just message me on IG. Second channel says also, what even happened to Engel after his best friend Claire was killed? Did Miss Grace allow Alice to keep the body to eat? I don't know, bro. Maybe. Like I said, I don't know too much about FPE characters yet. Jambukiba says, hello. Was Five Nights at Freddy? Hello. Was Five Nights at Freddy 2 movie? Oh, were you at Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Were you watching Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Second channel says, or did Miss Grace give the body to Miss Circle since Miss Circle is one of the cannibalistic teachers? I don't know, dude. I don't know yet, man. I gotta look more up about the characters to know. Poriki says, if Jay watches my fan film, just don't have her watch the original movie. Yeah, not until she's older. Castellano says, Frank, I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram later. I gotta get going. Take care, everyone. And Frank, yeah, take care, cosplay. Jumba Jukiba says they making a Transformers G1 movie in 2026. That's awesome. That's cool. You're telling me the news today, you know. Twisted Emo says, hey, did you see my Strangers Pray at Night kill count video? I actually didn't delete it. It just didn't show up in my gallery. I thought I deleted it. No, I haven't seen it yet. Because I couldn't find it. But I'll check it out later. After the live stream. I'll comment on it. I'll comment on it just so you know I watched it. The second channel says also during the scenes with Claire opened Alice's door, I saw in the background that Miss Bloomy seemed guilty, which seems that she might be forced to be one of the killer teachers. That's cool. That is cool. That sounds cool, though. Like I said, though, I got to look more up about FPE characters. Jum, Jumba, Jumba Jukiba says, did you watch Stranger Things final? It was cool. Yeah, I watched it. It was all right. I didn't mind it. I didn't care. A lot of people had a problem because of Will Byers coming out, but it's like, bro, he was kind of already out in the earlier seasons anyway, so it didn't really bother me. I didn't care. The only thing I didn't like was that giant spider thing. It didn't make sense. Why was Vecna in a spider? Why was Vecna hiding in a spider? I thought he was literally gonna be like in an underground shaft or like underground type of lair, in the desert. But his fool was in a spider. That's the only thing that tripped me out. The fool's lair's in a spider, dude. Like, what the hell? That's crazy. But yeah, other than that, I didn't mind the movie. I mean, the final season. Twisted Emo says, did someone mention FPE? Yes. Second channel, right here. Second channel. Meet Twisted Emo. Looks like Twisted Emo knows about FPE. Jaylene Benetti says, I have Pop-Tarts. That's awesome, Jaylene. Don't get me starving. I'm going to get hungry. Yeah, but Pop-Tarts are good. I got to buy a box of them. Which ones are they, Jaylene? Chocolate or strawberry? Oh, there's so many variants of them, huh? Tristan Emo says, FP is one of my favorite fandoms. Hey, that's awesome. Look at that. I brought you guys together. Look at that. Hollywood Horror Film Club brought you guys together. FPE. Hollywood Horror Film Club brought you guys together, bro. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. All right, guys, I want to get into some horror movie news quick, all right? Twisted Emo says, Skell is my favorite FPE character, which I got as my profile picture. Oh, that's cool. Jaylene says, Frank, how's Jaylene doing? She's doing good. She's with her grandparent. Wait. I guess they were talking about my other niece. No, Jaylene's fine. She's not here, though. Jaylene's fine. She's not here right now, though. She's with, like, her godfather. You know, Mexicans, when you're born, they, like, give you a godfather type thing. I said grandparents. Jaylene's with her godfather, with her godparents. They took her out for the weekend. She should be back tonight, actually. Yeah, Jaylene. Jaylene is with her godparents this weekend. They took her. She should be back she should be back tonight, though. She's fine, though. She's doing great. Poriki says, Frank, what would you do if you're a full-time director? It's Christmas. What would you do if your future son wrapped on his shitting diapers, put it under a tree, and give it to you for a present? I'd probably be a little mad, but not too mad, because I'm like, hey, my son's gonna be a great practical joker like his father. Yeah. I'd be kind of mad, but not that mad, Apple Ricky. Second channel says, during the pool scene, I saw Oliver had a neck for just that scene, which is weird, since FPE characters don't usually have necks. Is Abby technically an apple, since he has little sprouts in his head, and Miss Circle has him, plus usually teachers eat apples, so it's technically cannibalism. Twisted Emo says, Skell is my favorite character. Engel is my second favorite character. And Lana is my third favorite character from FPE. That's cool, guys. Like I said, I got to get more into that. Second channel says, my favorite are Miss Sasha, Mr. Demi, Miss Stavo, Miss Emily, and Miss Grace. Burger Sleuth. Hey, Burger Sleuth. What's up? How you doing? Jesus is the truth. Hell is real. We all sin. He died on the cross to pay for our sins. Was buried and rose again the third day. Put your faith in him alone to save you. Trust in what he did for you. I'm already way ahead of you, bro. I already know about all that. Dude, bro, believe it or not, I'm even a devout Catholic, bro. I go to church. So yeah, bro. Jesus, the truth and the light. Hell yeah. Even Jesus would have skated. Thank you so much for those kind words, Burger. Aporegi says, there's one scene where Alex and the Drugers beat up a homeless guy. Yup. And your fan film, because they do that in the real movie as well. That's cool, Aporigi. Wicked Milk says, bro, that wasn't even the main problem. Like, where are the demigorgons and bats? They're literally in their dimension. In the devil's nest of the final boss should be full of monsters. Or yeah, exactly, yeah. That's what I mean. Is like they were so preoccupied with wrapping up the series that they weren't able to acknowledge every character, every demon that came into Hawkins. They couldn't do it because the time restrictions. Yeah, so essentially those demigorgons and those bats that escaped into Hawkins into their reality, they're essentially were still roaming around, huh? You never saw them get defeated or taken out, right? And yeah, like I said, Vecna's lair, it was really odd to me, bro. It was a freaking spider that's alive. Like it looked like something out of like freaking Dune or something, or maybe not Dune, or maybe maybe not Dune. Something more out of like Star Wars, It looked like something more out of Star Wars, like a giant desert freaking spider on Tatooine. So to me, it was just really off. Like Vecna's lair, why was it in a spider? I thought his lair was gonna be like underground in the desert, like some tunnels or an underground city or lair filled with all his minions. Fool isn't a freaking spider. The dude's lair isn't an insect. Bro, Vecna literally resides in an insect. It was just like, bro, a spider, really? Like, it would have been cool to see the whole crew, right? All of them journey underground into the tunnels looking for his lair. It would have been cool to have shots of Nancy with her gun like this and stuff, looking around, like Sarah Connor or like Ripley. But no. No, they gave us a giant spider, and then they have one team outside fighting the spider, and 11 inside fighting Vecna. This is like, bro, it could have been way cooler. They could have spread into different teams, and taken out different demigorgons and demons and bats and stuff, and if they had done the underground tunnels instead of Vecna freaking in a spider. But yeah. Second channel says, also I'm gonna try to name every character I remember. Toserimo says, I remember seeing that Kadi, the creator at PE, quit because of people doing bad things with their characters. I don't know. I may be wrong though. Like I said, I don't know too much about FPE, guys. Aporiki says, it's my own son did that to me. I'd be like, what the fuck? And thought, I cussed. Second channel says, Miss Bloomy, Miss Thabel, Miss Emily, Miss Grace, Miss Sasha, Mr. Demi, Miss. Okay, so those are all the characters you remember, huh? Aporiki says, one time when I was sitting on the doorstep just chilling, then my outside cat Biggie walked up to me, dropped a bloody dead rat, and gave it to me. I was like, ew, Biggie, it was quite the gift. Yeah, my cats have done that before too. In my old house, there was rats. Yeah, dude, there was rats. I'm poor. Yeah, I know I'm poor. Yeah, make fun of me. Go ahead. But yeah, there was rats, bro. Yeah, my cats would always kill them, and they would play with them, and that shit was funny. That was funny. No, yeah, cats are like that. Damn, this candy is gone. This candy was pretty good. And it's sticky. Yeah, guys, my bad. I'm hungry. I'm all eating this freaking candy. Aporegi says, remember that pie of shit next to rabbits you would feed? Oh, man, that's nasty, Apple. That's nasty, Aporegi. Thirsty as hell, dude. Damn, I want some more candy. I have a sweet tooth right now. All right. Second channel says, I'm obsessed with Steven Universe and Warrior Cats. Yes, I'm familiar with Steven Universe. I remember that show. I remember that show more than the Warrior Cats. Twisted Emo says, I think I remember doing a fan-made part 2 where Engel got revenge on Oliver for tricking Claire into thinking Alice's room was the exit. Apple Ricky says, it looked like I'm beating up a homeless man, but I'm a boy. But I'm boy. That's going to be funny, Apple Ricky. Second channel says, oh yeah, I think I seen that. Apple Ricky says, no, I can't spell. All right, guys, we got 5 more minutes. We got 5 more minutes and the live will be ending. We got 5 more minutes left. We got 5 more minutes left and I will be cutting the live soon. So ask any questions you got now because I won't be going live until Wednesday again. Damn, I want to go get another one of these now. Apple Ricky says, I meant I'd look like it, but I'm not dyslexic. You're funny, Apple. Wicked Milk says, you've seen Regular Show? Of course, bro. Of course. I used to smoke so much weed and watch that show back then. That was a stoner show. I'll be honest, that show was not a show for kids. Like a lot of Cartoon Network cartoons, just because they were cartoons, they were able to go under the radar and make it seem like they were for kids. But if you watch Regular Show, there was a lot of adult innuendo, a lot of references to drugs, you know? So yeah, man, it was crazy. Twisted Emo says, I almost feel like Regular Show should have been like on Adult Swim. Twisted Emo says, I finally got my Strangers Chapter 1 Scarecrow mask from Trick or Treat Studios, and now my costume is done. Plan on wearing it to the theater when the Stranger Things. Oh yeah, Chapter 3 also, huh? I'm gonna be going to the theater a lot because I want to go next week to see Primate, that movie about that monkey that kills the people in the house. I want to see that. I also want to see the Strangers Chapter 3 because Madeline Pesh is smoking in that, and then also Scream 7. So yeah, starting next Friday, I start going to the theater again. Starting next Friday, I will start going to the theater. I'm gonna go see Primate first, and then the week after, hopefully, whenever Strangers Chapter 3 is out, I'll go see that, and then Scream 7 as well. Second channel says, I always chose characters that die or get less screen time, cause my fave from Steven Universe is Emerald, and my fave from The Last of Us is Tess, and she dies in the second one. That's cool, bro. That's awesome. Wicked Milk says, facts. It was one of my favorite from Cartoon Network. Yeah, bro, that was like a low-key adult cartoon. Second channel says, also, Twisted Emo, what's your channel name? I want to subscribe to you. Suryakant said, hi. What's up, Suryakant? Did you leave us and came back? Twisted Emo says, my channel is Twisted Emo, but you can also type in Twisted Emo. Apple Ricky says, I can't believe I almost shit in a store toilet. That's funny, Apple Ricky. Second channel. Hell yeah, bro. Subscribe to Twisted Emo. Hell yeah. You'll like his stuff. I'm out of this candy, bro. We got 1 more minute, guys. We got 1 more minute. The live is about to be over. We got 1 more minute, man. We got 1 more minute. Apple says, I bet people walked past and made the fart sounds. like. All right. Thank you so much, Hollywood Horror Film Club, Ghostface, and Michael Myers Collectors, for joining me here on the channel again for another episode of Horror Sundays. Today was our first Horror Sundays. of 2026, episode 51. I hope to be doing more and having more interactive live streams like this year. We're just getting started again, guys. We're just getting started again. We're just starting up a new year. We got a new fan film coming out soon. Halloween Ends. Got 5 more scenes left to shoot. It should premiere in about 2 to 3-ish months because I still want to do promo for it. I'm going to try my best to get some more fan films out this year. But I'm also going to get busy with my first official, like, professional film soon. So, yeah, I'm going to try my best to balance all that out. If you guys are subscribed to my Urethra, my band channel, keep watching our music, streaming it as well. My skateboarding channel as well, also linked below. So yeah, guys, let's get this year cracking. We're gonna do more stuff this year. Conventions, everything, bro, everything. Cosplay. OG Wicked Milk says, see y'all. Have a good one. Take care, OG Wicked Milk. Second channel says, bye. By the way, Twisted Emo, I sub to you. Take care, guys. Take care. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. Green XMS, have you seen it? Heretic. Yes, I have seen it. I have seen it. Green XM7TW. If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Frank. This is Hollywood Horror Film Club. But unfortunately, the live is ended. So please join us next time. Subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe, like I always say. Follow me on Instagram for more horror content. Link down in the description of this live stream. If you want to leave a donation to the channel, Cash App link down in the description as well. If you can't do that, just keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. And to all new subscribers, thank you so much for subbing, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.